Okay, hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about internet access when we have FortiGate as a secure box as a gateway. Uh, so we have a one client machine that try to access to the internet from the LAN. So we'll go ahead and do some setup. It's going to be basic. It's very interesting. We'll do a couple of things for this. So if you look at topology right now, diagram, LAN machine is in LAN. Within LAN, we have one machine, basically a client machine, and then the FortiGate switch and FortiGate firewall. Um, so we'll give access internet to this client machine uh, and configure some basic setup and allow policy uh, to get access from the WAN. So if client wants to access internet like Google, MSN, Yahoo, we need to pass that through the uh, firewall. This is a FortiGate firewall, so we'll configure that. And the other thing that we need is if we go into diagram right now is let's jump in. So if you look here right now, what I'll say, so I'm talking right now is basically uh, client machine needs to go to internet to get uh, basically google.com, right? So we need a google.com, and Google sitting somewhere in a cloud. So Google is somewhere in the cloud. We need to have a couple policies to go ahead and figure configure this is an FortiGate firewall to allow client machine to have um, access internet. One is network IP address assigned to the client. So that's going to be a DHCP server. We need DHCP server so client can have dynamic IP address. So we'll assign to dynamically IP address. The second thing we need to do is static route. So we route traffic to the WAN. So there's another thing that we need to do. Static route, right? All right. We also need policy, the policy which allow us to give access the client in order to have internet access. And lastly, we'll assign and make sure test it. So last we're gonna test. All right, so we have those. This is our requirement um, to set this up, right? So this is Fortinet, FortiGate, however you call, just to make sure traffic goes routed back and forth. And we need to access Google and basically have an internet connection. All right, so let's get going. Uh, let's start with let's start with client. I'm going to see some. I want to check some of the action. For example, check the network. See if we have internet. Sorry, we have internet. We will check if we have IB. And we don't have this, then that means we need to go to the FortiGate and set this up, right? So basically FortiGate to set this up. All right, so this is the topology. I will check the client version. Okay, so let's turn the client. Um, see if we get AB, which highly unlikely because we got FortiGates shut down right now, right? So I don't think so. We have any connection at all, nothing. So let's run the FortiGate, and the FortiGate management, it's through the WAN. So I'm accessing from the WAN 300, 30006. Should have access. Alright, let's check that. It's loading. In FortiGate, if you want to make sure this is, if you don't know the gateway, the console and management access is you can go into the CLI and log in as a default, no password. Just say show system interface, and we now have a port one and via DHCP. That's the management. Cool. So now we have a management similar to this. We will use admin, no password. You will. Okay, let's check something. Some basic stuff. Version is firmware version is version 6. We mainly go to the network interface. We look to ports. Port one is WAN. We have all kind of access ping, HTTP. Let's modify quick and say this is WAN and define it. So it's defined to a WAN. We got via DHCP. We see that the management. We have all kind of access. It's on. Looks good. All right, so we'll go to the port 2, the LAN port, port 2, modify that. We got no IB. So we'll put this static as it's going to be the gateway for the LAN, and 100/24. We allow a being allow. We'll define this as a LAN. By here, select LAN 2. All right, so let's second. So we've done that part. We basically done the DHCP. So we have that DHCP cool. So we get that done. DHCP is up. Connection is up. We'll set it up the DHCP. Right. So DHCP turn on within the FortiGate. We have a DHCP server mechanism that allow us to give the LAN to the client machine dynamic IP address. We turn that on, and we'll select one of them. So we'll say .1 all the way to 99. The mask gonna be just mask network mask default, same interface. DNS, I have my local LAN DNS. I will specify that and give specific DNS. Everything should be look good. LAN network gateway DHCP server, all good. Hit OK. All right, so that's done. DHCP server, we're done that. We're now doing the static static routing. So this is going to be static routing. Static routing into, so we're going to route traffic to the WAN. So we will go to under network we're going to stay under network interface. We go static routing, create a policy for that 00000, the gateway. Like I said, this is the gateway .1. So if you look, that's the gateway. So you input the gateway, and which interface, that's going to be the WAN interface, right? Everything else should be looked. The destination administrative distance looks good. We hit OK. So we've done the static routing. Now we'll create policy that allow us to communicate um, back and forth between client and client in the FortiGate, which the policy that allow us to reroute traffic to the WAN, so we can have google.com or internet access. Under that, you will go policy and object, and then IPv4 policy, and then this is default. Just create new one. All right, we'll name it. We'll say internet access. Um, Before I go this one, I want to make sure the client got the IP address. So if you will look again, nothing will disable, enable, just to make sure. All right, we have a IP address .1. It looks good, everything good, goes well. Let me go one more time. Okay, so can we bring the gateway? Yes, we can. So we have connection through the all the way down to the gateway. Can we do we have internet access? No, we don't. What about the FortiGate? Second admin execute. This is how you say execute being gateway. So we have internet. Now okay, so this is the time we gotta tell, create a policy, allow us to get the access from the internet. And then you say internet access. The incoming traffic, the LAN, the outgoing is the WAN, the source. Well, we go into all, so we'll say everything, and then destination, we go everywhere. And the service is always all the services. Everything else looks good. We say hit OK, back to the client. Let's check now. Give a few moments. Yep, we have internet connection. Let's verify. We'll go Google. There you are. So we got everything connected. So we have internet. Client should have access internet now. All right, thanks everyone. If you have any question, anything else that you would like to share with me, comment, please give us, comment below into the video chat, send me email. Thanks everyone. Bye.